What is going on, everybody? Since I was cleaning out my RC stuff, or more or less reorganizing everything, I found all the old chassis here. I did buy a Truggy last year off my buddy, and he ended up changing his chassis because it was completely worn out. I changed my chassis. This was my original chassis. I changed it because in the front it was starting to wear into where the A block goes. Not bad at all. It's still obviously all still here at the top side, but you can see on the front it was really getting worn down. But that's about it. I mean, we have some wear here on the edges, which is normal. I don't think this sticker really did too much because this has like 2 seasons on it, and well, that has 1 season. You can still see all the anodizing color still on it, so it's not like it's getting lots of wear back here, mostly I guess in the middle. And then in the rear, still, still perfect here in the rear, no problem. So I can still run this, and this is why I had this as a backup. But then I ended up buying a Truggy a year later from my buddy, and this is his original chassis. You can see how it is virtually super thin compared to what it's supposed to be. Even in the front here, we're missing basically where the A block almost sits. And then in the rear, you can kind of see to where it just tapers down like crazy here. Too super thin compared to what it's supposed to be. The only reason I noticed this, like I saw how worn out it was, but I didn't realize it until I actually, let's say, I put my original chassis on top. Sorry for the noise. This is what I saw when it was sitting on the shelf. You can see the big gap in it here. And why this gap is because the worn out one on the bottom has actually changed its angle. Because it's thinner, it has less kick up in it now. And then when you come back to the rear, you can see there's still a bit of a gap there all the way. And just how thin the rear is compared. Like, this is what I mean by saying it's completely worn out. So, and then when I stick them the other way, you can see exactly how much we've lost. That's why they won't even slide on top of each other, right? How much of the kick up is lost there. Because you can see the gap all the way through there. And then a bit back. It's hard to tell from the camera angle. But, well, there we go. You can kind of get it. You kind of almost see through it for a while till about back here. That's just how bent it is. And then in the rear, you can see how much we are missing here in the backside of it. It is ridiculous. So mine had the Sumo ones, which I have on my Truggy now, front and rear stainless steel. Good thickness to them compared to these Techno ones, which are like paper thin, but this is still way better than running nothing. You just may need to change these out more often. The Sumo ones that I got, they don't ship to Canada, but you can get them off people on eBay and stuff like that. And it's definitely a lot thicker, first of all. This is worn out as well than the like Techno ones. But it is just crazy at seeing the difference in the chassis. Just what these little pieces of metal can actually save you from the wear. This was on the front, and you got to keep an eye on the front one because I didn't, and that's what happened with my chassis. It ate through. There should definitely be more material here, and because of the Techno bumper kind of wrapping around, I really didn't notice it, but have now obviously keeping more an eye on them, and I do have spares. So basically every year for the 18 bucks, I guess per vehicle, will save you your chassis in the long run. It sucks that the new Technos, even the 2.1, I know there's no 2.1 Truggy, but the new 2.2 Truggy, it's just like the buggy. Got to change if you want to upgrade this car, it's not really worth it because you got to change the chassis, the rear arms, the diff cases, the rear hubs, the shock mounts, the whole front end, the front arms, the whole hubs, steering. Everything's really got to get changed. So there's no point updating to the newest vehicle. I may just do the front end conversion, and I could run the new arms and stuff on the front, but everything else is going to stay the same. Mostly because I have a lot of parts for it still, and I still have another chassis and stuff. Keep this truggy going for a while. So I end up running it next year, but just wanted to show the difference between the chassis protectors. And you can see those are the newer ones. They got a nice edge here on the front, but man, they last for a while. And on the rear I wish they had these little winglets, but what are you gonna do? I mean, can't complain. They work out perfect for the $18. I'm not complaining. And yeah, it's just nice to get some more longevity out of the vehicle and save you a bit of money, right? So thanks for watching. That's all I just wanted to show. I just saw that stuff sitting there and I was like, man, that's completely worn out. And yeah, my chassis, like I said, this one has way more runtime on it than this completely worn out one. We ran the same places, usually ran the same time, but he usually runs the buggy a lot more than he would run his truggy. And I would actually run my truggy more than I'd run my buggy. So, except for this year. This year I did run the truggy less than the buggy, but that's mostly because of tires. So, yeah, just wanted to make that little video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.